Today we will discuss basics of artificial neural networks and their implementation in Python, and we will see some examples of regression and classification. Artificial neural networks are inspired by the structure and working of human brain. So human brain is a complex network of neurons. In human brain, each neuron receives an electrical input, and neuron process this electrical input, and if this electrical impulse exceed a specific threshold, it will propagate the signal to the next connected neuron. So in this way, our human brain or the neurons in our body work. So in similarly, in our computer science, we have similar kind of mathematical neurons or the nodes. So in ANN, the basic component of ANN are the neurons, or we can also call them nodes. So in ANN's artificial neural networks are composed of multiple neurons. Neurons are connected with links, and each link has a particular weight associated with the link. Then in neuron, there is a mathematical function on the input. So each neuron takes some input and process the input using that mathematical function and pass the output to the next connected neuron. So here on the right side of the screen, you can see we have some inputs here: x1, x2, x3, and there is a link. Hello.
I can hear you.
What you said?
You said W1, is it weight or what?
Yeah, W1 is the weight associated with this link, the link between X1 and the neuron, and W2 is the weight between the X2 input with the neuron. Similarly, W3 is the weight associated with this link. So in the we have another input, that is the Bayes term here. So in the neuron, the process consists of two steps. In the first step, we calculate the weighted sum. In the weighted sum is equal to Z, which is equal to B, which is the Bayes, plus the summation of the product of input with their respective weights. So then in the second step, we pass this Z through an activation function, which may be the ReLU or maybe a sigmoid or softmax, any kind of our activation function of our choice. So in the second step, we pass this Z through an activation function, and we receive the output O, and the output O is passed to the next neuron or maybe the output of the network. So in the deep neural networks, we take such kind of neurons in a layer. So there are basically three types of layers in a deep neural network. The first one is the input layer. Here you can see this is the input layer, and then we have hidden layers. These are the hidden layers, which are represented here with the first neuron of the first hidden layer is A11, and the second neuron of the first hidden layer is A21 similarly. So then we have another hidden layer here, and at the last we have the output layer. And this at the output layer we have only two neurons. So